So in order to keep this video within the 20 or 30 minute perimeter that I try to, because I know how busy you are again, I've selected to choose pregnancy through 6 years of age. And the reason I've done this for this video is because we know now from the neurosciences that these are the times when the wounds that we experience as adults and the self-sabotaging behaviors actually are imprinted. And that is because a child is in alpha or light theta brainwave state. So that's a light hypnotic state, meaning that we're like sponges taking in all the rules and boundaries and behaviors of our primary caretakers, our teachers, the environment in general. So even if you have an older child, and we can talk about that in another video, but if you're having a problem, you can bet that it goes all the way back to pregnancy and early childhood, so you can learn from this. So looking at pregnancy, Bruce Lipton, PhD, biologist, cellular biologist, has actually proven in his work, and he's got really good work, but the one you'd want to look at is Nature versus Nurture, the Power of Love. And he shows us how crossing the placental barrier that attaches the mother to the child in the womb, that not only is the oxygen and the nutrients passing over, but also the electrical messages that the mother is giving. So if a mother is saying, I'm exhausted, I can't do this, I don't have time to breathe, I have to put my life on hold. We now know that these messages, if repeated enough times, are actually being imprinted in the baby's brain. And the brain will make true whatever the message is. So often when I work now with mothers, for instance, I had a young mother, an 18-year-old, a couple of weeks ago, and the cord was located in the wrong place on the placenta. So she was working with some high-risk OBs, and they felt they were probably going to have to take the baby very early, would be about 3 pounds. Now that's difficult for a young one. It means usually a ventilator, which can mean blindness. It can mean brain hemorrhages. So mother, the young girl, and her own mother and her grandmother all came for a visit. And she was an Enneagram 1. So I said to her, since their fear is, I can't do it right, what is it that you're afraid you haven't done right? Well, she listed about 5 or 6 things that she felt she hadn't done right. And we worked on clearing those up. And she just dissolved into tears, and all of a sudden she was getting a different message that she was giving herself and giving the baby a different message. Now the very next day she went back to the high-risk OB, and I said, well, we don't know what's happened, but it looks like this baby can probably make it to 5 pounds. And the end of the story is that the baby made it to 6 pounds and delivered in a very healthy way. So I can tell you over and over again stories of working with pregnant women and looking at what their fear is by their Enneagram and clearing that to give us a healthier baby. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about mothering centers at the end. But I wanted to say that, look, if you've already had a child, what was your predominant thought? What is your Enneagram? You know, one Enneagram 7 was, I don't think I'm going to have time to breathe, because they're always afraid of being trapped. And the baby ended up on a ventilator. So it's really important to look at what your own Enneagram was at the time, what stresses you were under, and what messages you chronically were thinking that might have crossed the placental barrier and now be affecting your child. Even if the child's older, that's a really big insight to give you.